Southeast Igbo APC Progressives Roundtable is an intellectually driven collective of core and proven Igbo progressives and patriots of the APC stock from the Southeast and neighboring states with the following core objectives. A, to serve as a credible platform to unite all Southeast Igbo APC progressives from the 5 Southeast and neighboring states, and to develop a common voice on issues concerning its members, the Southeast geopolitical zone, the Igbo ethnic nationality, and the Nigerian nation for the common good of all. B, to provide a credible civil leadership and to serve as an advocate for the Southeast, as well as a trusted and responsible mediator between the Southeast geopolitical zone and the rest of the nation. C, to work assiduously towards the restoration of peace, unity, sanity, and progress in the Southeast geopolitical zone. D, to strive for the emancipation and reintegration of the Southeast geopolitical zone and Ndi Igbo in general back into nationalism and to its rightful place in national politics, leadership, and governance. Finally, E, to strongly advocate for the recognition, reward, and protection of all APC Southeast Igbo progressives who have resolutely and patriotically stood their ground for the APC, progressivism, and the nation, in spite of relentless attacks and threats to their lives, properties, and livelihoods, as well as the families of those compatriot progressives who have lost their lives for the cause. State of our zone. We are all witnesses to the gradual and shocking decline and recession of the Igbo nation and the Southeast geopolitical zone since the 2015 general elections that saw to the electoral loss of President Goodluck Jonathan and the People's Democratic Party, the PDP. This is due to a combination of factors, including wrong political calculations, deception, lies and fake news and propaganda, amongst others. The consequence of this is a gradual and continued isolation of the Southeast and Igbos in the politics of Nigeria. The strategy of the situation is that as a purely political situation was misappropriated and exploited by all manners of individuals and interests from within and outside the Southeast. Today, the once peaceful and progressive Southeast has been reduced to a place of desolation where fear and terror reign and the blood of the innocents, sons and daughters and visitors alike, flow like rivers, desecrating the land and grieving the souls of our forefathers. A vocal minority amongst us Igbos has held our dear Igbo land and the Southeast hostage these last few years, deploying brute force, anti-intellectualism, terror, and like tactics hitherto alien to Igbo land. They have cowed, blackmailed, and essentially terrorized the majority of peace-loving and law-abiding Igbos into a forced silence, thereby giving the impression of a conquered territory where every Igbo man and woman is a thoughtless and unwise ignoramus, which is not true. Cyprian Iwenetansi, Francis Cardinal Arinze, Chinua Achebe, Christopher Okibo, Cyprian Ekwensi, Philip Emegwali, Michael Echeruo, Emeka Anyoku, Sam Ononaka Mbakwe, Alex Ekweme, Chuba Okadibo, the Oyi of Oyi, Dora Nkem Akunyele, Ngozi Ukonji Iwala, Osita Osadebe, Austin J.J. Okocha, Kanu Nwankwo, Choma Ajunwa, and of course, myself, Uche Diala, to mention but a few. That Igbo land has not changed. Siapro is made up of bona fide Igbo intellectuals who have paid their patriotic dues. We acknowledge without fear or favor that there are serious issues of concern to Ndi Igbo and the Southeast. These issues definitely need to be addressed, but the approach should be constructive engagement and sincere dialogue, and neither by confrontation, violence, conflict, nor by secession. It is our hope that our other Igbo brothers and sisters will join us in the task of forging a different and more productive approach to addressing the valid issues that border Ndi Igbo and the Southeast. For all the unfair antagonism faced by Southeast Igbo APC progressives in the last 8 years, the party and President Muhammadu Buhari have continued to enjoy significant support in the zone, in spite of all. In return, President Muhammadu Buhari has undoubtedly done well for the Southeast. His strides in the area of infrastructure in the Southeast is commendable. The second River Niger Bridge, which is unarguably the most significant infrastructural project in eastern Nigeria since the end of the Civil War, is a magnificent testament to that. We as Igbo are very grateful, and we say thank you.
So many things are happening today. It's like the word peace has disappeared from the mouth of so many Nigerians. But we cannot relent. No matter what anybody has done, or no matter what anybody believes, Odumegwu Ojukwu said, if I know what I know now, I could have dialogued more with Gowon instead of going for that war. So what we're doing now, what we're supposed to do earlier, I will fail to do it before going to war and still come back again to the round table. So that is why God gave us this name. And you see, ended it up with round table. We don't want war. We don't need war. We don't need crisis. We don't need riot. This country needs peace. So we open this press conference today with a special prayer for this gathering and for this country. We are planning for good. Those who plan for evil, my Bible tells me that God will disappoint them. Because evil will not rule Nigeria, and evil will not dwell in Nigeria.